Hi there, and welcome to Unit Review. We're your hosts, Jack
and Dan,
and welcome to the final Necron Unit Review. We have a big one here, the Seraptek Heavy Construct, Dan.
Yeah, save the biggest till last.
Biggest till last. Yeah. Is he the best?
Yeah.
He's the most expensive,
yeah.
which we'll cover.
He's a lot of fun.
He is a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
He's a really good guy. And as you can see, we've got one as well.
Yes.
Now this is a 3D print.
Yes.
I believe donated by
one of our viewers, Maciej Zwojdzinski. Apologies if I've just butchered your name. But yeah, he got in touch with us. He's an avid 3D printer.
Yeah.
And said, look, if you guys, I've printed one, I've built it, it's great. Do you want one? So we're like, yeah.
It was really kind of you. Really do appreciate it. I built it, sprayed it. Building side of things, it went a lot smoother than I thought. I did panic when I first got the model out of the bag, thinking, is this the right size?
Yeah.
Like, where's this piece go? Where's this piece go? But looked online, spent time, chilled, had a cup of tea, chilled out, went to the pub, but got them all built and sprayed. So
it's fair to say these, and GW doesn't hide this with Forge World, but Forge World models and the 3D print equivalents are not for the faint-hearted. These are challenging models to construct.
Yeah, they are. They are.
I'm really glad you did it and I wasn't here.
I was sitting there doing it. And I was like, I hate my life.
Yeah,
this is the worst. But props to him. There was not much cleanup on this at all.
No,
it came out pretty handsome. I think there was a couple of parts just on the little arm bits here that I had to just sand down. But realistically, it was beautiful across the board.
It's took the paint really well. You can see how smooth it is as well.
It's so nice.
I hope the camera's picking it up. But yeah, we're very appreciative of that. So thank you very much, Maciej. It was really kind of you.
It was.
We sent him a little box of Necrons as a
little thank you. So I really appreciate it. Right, well, let's get started for the last time for Necrons. Stat block, Dan.
Stat block is pretty chunky. It's got a move of 10 inches. Mm-hmm. It's got a toughness of 12. Yeah. It's got a 3-up save and a 5-up in run.
Not bad.
It's got 24 wounds, as it should.
Bulky.
Yeah.
Thick boy.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's got a leadership of 7+ and a surprisingly good OC of 10.
10 OC is big. It's probably the biggest one for the Necrons, I think. So pretty handsome.
What about unit composition? How many of these can I take in a unit?
5. So, unit composition. This model costs 540
You got
points.
me really excited there.
I was going to say, I was teasing everyone there. 540 points.
Yeah.
This model is equipped with the 2 singularity generators or 2 synoptic obliterators. I think
right, you're loving these names, aren't you?
I'm struggling.
You're nailing them, mate.
I'm getting there. Yeah. And then he is also equipped with the transdimensional projectors.
Right.
I think I got those ones right.
You did.
So when he is damaged between 1 and 9, he drops to 5 OC and he is a -1 to the hit roll.
Yeah.
So very common amongst vehicles. I also wanted to mention that this dude costs £253.50, and obviously dollars wise, it's $327.28.
It's a chunk of change.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Justified with his stat block so far, do you reckon, or not?
I just don't. I mean, we'll come on to this, but I don't. This is there's 2 ways to look at this. One is that it's a beautiful set piece model, and it's the biggest thing pretty much the biggest thing you can get. I guess the Tesseract Vault probably has a slightly bigger footprint, but
just because
it's kind of sort of an exploded diagram, isn't it? But this is a beautiful big model, and it's a flex because it's a flex in how much it costs, and how hard it is to put together as well.
It's true. Yeah.
So it's one of those ones where, like, if you're I don't believe there's such a thing as a true fan, but if you're a really deep lover of Necrons, this is probably a model that you want.
I can't recommend it for the casual players out there, or even just the tournament players out there. It's just, it doesn't. We'll get into it later on. No spoilers. Yeah. But I don't want to justify going out and spending this much money for a model which potentially might get scrapped, because we've seen it in the past. We've done a video on it before where it came off the website for a short period of time and then went back on, surprisingly.
When we all complained.
Yeah. So don't hold your hopes up for this guy being around for too much longer.
I'm convinced he won't be around for too much longer. But equally, when the 3D print is so nice, I'm just not investing that much money in it. It's something that might not be there in 6 months or a year. But I would definitely would get a 3D print. This one is obviously going to stay in the studio, so Mache, look out for messages from me saying, would you mind printing another one?
Second piece. Yeah. I'll take 2 of your finest constructs.
Yeah, because it is lovely.
It's a lovely model.
Yeah.
It's very good.
But what about, let's move on then, shall we? I'll do the keywords.
Keywords, Dan, yes.
Obviously, it's got Necrons. It's a vehicle. It's a walker. It's got the Titanic keyword, Towering keyword, and obviously Seraptek Heavy Construct. So basically, everything you would expect.
Yeah, everything that you see.
This is where it starts to get pretty interesting.
Yes. So weapon side of things, I'll rinse through them here. So we've got the Singularity Generator. So this is Devastating Wounds.
Nice.
And has Blast. It is a 36-inch range, 2d6 number of hits, hitting on freeze, strength 10, -3, and 4 damage. So pretty handsome.
It's not a bad profile. I mean, that is an absolute casino cannon though, at 2d6. Isn't it?
It is. And again, we've got the Synaptic Obliterator. This has sustain hits 2. It is 48-inch range, 8 attacks, hitting on freeze, strength 5, -1, and 2 damage. So a bit of a marine killer.
Definitely,
there. And then got the Transdimensional Projector, which is 48 inches, 2 attacks, hitting on freeze, strength 24.
24 straight.
I had to think there for a second.
Yeah.
And then -4, d6 plus 4 each.
That's lush.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice, you will say. And quickly on to the melee profile. So we've got 2 different profiles for the Titanic forelimbs. We've got the strike and the sweep. So starting off with the strike, it is 6 attacks, hitting on freeze, strength 14, pretty decent, -3 again, pretty decent, and 5 damage. 5 is a weird one. I've never seen a 5
I've never seen
before.
flat 5 damage before
Yeah, it's
either.
either 6 or freeze and
correct
such,
us
so-
if we're wrong there,
Yeah.
but let us know if you've encountered that before. But I mean, I'll take it.
Definitely. And then the sweep profile is 12 attacks, hitting on freeze, strength 8, -1, and then 2 little damage.
That's really good. You know, if you get it into combat, it will actually put in some work.
Yeah, and also being a vehicle, it can still shoot out and shoot in and such. So obviously at the -1, but
Nice.
hey, moving him up, that's the another issue. Moving him up is something that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But again, I think as a weapons platform, he provides. I would say for 540 points, he does bring the firepower to justify that much.
Maybe, yeah.
But abilities, Dan, does he get any better?
He gets the faction ability reanimation protocol, so D3 wounds back in your command phase, which is good, and obviously you will benefit from being paired with things like Canoptek Reanimator for the extra wounds. He's got Deadly Demise, which is D6 plus 2, I think, which is pretty big.
I've rolled D2 plus 2,
I'm
but
pretty sure it's D6 plus 2.
It's
a big ass
It's
explosion.
a big ass guy. Yeah, that would be silly if it wasn't that.
Yeah.
My fault.
He's also got a great named ability here, Terrifying Monstrosity. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of 1 or more units with this ability must take a battle shock test. It's just a handy thing to have, can make a big difference on mid-board.
In 10th, they made a big thing about battle shock being revamped and such. So I think it is nice to. I like to see more of that in this game. It's nice to see.
Yes, it's very good. And Titanic Walker, he's also got this ability. Each time this model makes a normal advance or fallback move, it can move over models, excluding other Titanic models, but it can move over models and terrain features that are 4 inches or less in height as if they were not there. So that can also can come in handy.
It can.
I mean, you touched on this briefly, but the challenge. Tournament terrain, most of the buildings are over 4 inches,
which is the issue. Yeah, it's the biggest thing that he's going to struggle with is just that maneuverability. Which sucks because again, I feel like he's got okay abilities, not decent, funny, good ones to have, and great names, but not really the ones that would shine in a game per se.
No, it's almost as if they don't really want you to take it.
That's crazy.
Ooh, yeah,
spoilers.
If you are taking it though,
yes,
is there any stratagems?
There's a couple. Now, this guy is probably the one who has the least amount of stratagems you can take, but there are a couple of good ones that I feel like do make a difference. So the first one is Quantum Deflection.
All right,
So this is 1 CP in the Hypercrypt Legion. Basically, in your shooting phase or fight phase, just after the enemy unit selected this unit, you select one Necron's vehicle, and until the end of the phase, you get a 4-up invulnerable save. So
nice.
Built in, he has a 5-up,
yeah.
But going from a 5 to a 4, I think personally makes the difference.
It's big, and he's such he's going to be such a target that it could make all the difference, couldn't it?
Oh, he's hard to hide. So if there's going to be a full round of shooting, like if you're reversing Tau or some sort of shooting army, I think that 5 to a 4 is incredible.
It is. You're right. Considering he's like a quarter of your army points cost at 2,000 points.
1 CP, you kind of want him alive.
It's worth spending it. Yeah. Good.
But to final round us off, Dan, would you like to take the honours?
No, I wouldn't dare take it away from you.
Sure?
Yes. Long-term viewers might guess what's coming here.
Yep. So the next stratagem we have out there is Cosmic Precision.
Hey!
So you're probably thinking of this guy, Cosmic Precision, but apparently it allows you. So again, this is in the Hypercrypt Legion. It is 1 CP. In your movement phase, you select one Necrons unit from your army, excluding monsters. He's not a monster. And basically, you can set this guy up anywhere on the battlefield, more than 6 inches away from any enemy units. Now,
I just absolutely love the idea of dropping that in.
It's just silly, isn't it? It's absolutely silly. But he can't charge this turn, but that's okay. Like, to get him in your opponent's deployment zone.
Oh my goodness.
Turn 2.
Yeah. That's quite
funny. Scary.
That is pretty funny.
Just getting him in the back lines, unleashing that firepower on anything that is potentially bigger on their side or big on their side. I think it's just
it's a great way to get him somewhere which he wouldn't be able to get to otherwise because of the movement restrictions on a tournament board. Yeah.
The movement restrictions and just how big and awkward this model is. You kind of almost need to use it, but
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's there to have in it. The reason why it's obviously the best one in Hypercrypt, in my personal opinion, again, because you got those 2 good stratagems. But again, like, he cannot physically move on the board himself because of the terrain. So using the Cosmic Precision and obviously the ability to redeploy with the Hypercrypt, that's probably the best way to get him around the board.
Yeah, I like it.
It's really good.
That would be awesome. Just him phasing in and out all the time, and then blowing stuff up and then disappearing again.
Exactly. But I guess moving on, how to actually play him. I know we've just touched on there slightly.
Yeah, if you're playing Hypercrypt, is a good, like you said, it's a good match. A wily opponent will try and screen you out, obviously. But if there's opportunities there, then why not do it that way?
Why not? Absolutely.
What else have you got here for us?
Yeah. So basically, this guy, he's for me, the abilities aren't there. His OC is quite there. So for me, you want him just up the board because you're not going to be able to hide him in your deployment. No. There's no point of hiding him. He's there to be a presence. So in my personal opinion, I think you should basically move him up the board.
Yeah.
Get as much shooting off as possible for this guy. You want to make the most of his points. So if you can get a charge in because again, being a vehicle, he can shoot out of combat.
Yeah.
Yes, at the -1, but you want him to make the most of all of his weapons, all of his profiles. So again, if you're not in the Hypercrypt, kind of good luck in moving him up. But if you are in the Hypercrypt, then this is unique. For me, he's going to get shot regardless. So just whack him in the middle. Get as much line of sight as possible across the board, or maybe on the one of the side objectives. Just to kind of maybe keep that a little bit safe, but realistically, get him there, get him shooting, get him charging if you can, and make the most of the points whilst he lasts.
I mean, that big gun wounding a Land Raider on 2s is funny. That is funny.
They'll probably pop Armor of Contempt or something like that.
You're going to pop Smoke or Armor of Contempt, 100%.
But realistically, it's if one of them gets through again, it's big damage.
It's doing some big damage.
Big
it is going to die. Like it's the ultimate Necron distraction card effects.
Yeah,
people are going to shoot it, and it will die. Yeah. So you just gotta. It's there for a good time, not a long time, isn't
it? That's it. Yeah. Good way of putting it there. Yeah. On the flip side, then, so how to verse this unit?
Yeah. I mean, fundamentally, the profile is basically like that of a big knight, like the number of wounds, the toughness, the save, etc. It's if you know how to deal with big knights from either Chaos or Imperial, then you're probably going to be okay.
Yeah. I think if you bring the big guns like a Volcano Lance and such, massive damage output.
Yeah, your last cannons, Dark Lances, all that kind of stuff is going to hurt. Yeah.
I think the good thing about the Dark Lances is that they've got obviously the move shoot and scoot, haven't they?
Yes, they do on some of the units like the Scourge, and I mean Haywire. Obviously, the Eldar have got access to a lot of Eldar, and Dark Eldar does mortal wounds to vehicles.
Yeah, and the Eldar one where you can like the Prism, I think it is, where they get funnels it into one tank. So realistically, you can put one tank out there that's vulnerable to the clapback, but funneling all the shots through is probably a good way of
Bloody
dealing with
Eldar.
it. Every time.
Every time.
Best way is really just shoot it as much as you can.
Just what you will go down. You can, similar with melee, you can thunder hammer it or whatever. It's not invulnerable by a long stretch. It's not as scary, and also it's about where it can go and as well is limited, so you can kind of work out, right, well, it can only fit between those buildings, so I need to put my big guns here because then I've got a firing lane or whatever.
Exactly.
So it's that's, in my opinion, it's slightly overcosted for what it does. Like, and you play Imperial Knights, like a big, like Canis Rex, how many points is he? Nearly 500?
If that,
but he's less than he's less.
Oh, he's much less than that. And
he's better.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a lot more. Thing is, with that one, he has a lot more abilities, whereas this guy lacks the abilities and lacks the maneuverability to get around stuff. Because the knights now can move through buildings and have to take a battle shock on the D6.
Yes.
Whereas he still has that restriction of the 4-inch.
Yeah, and you can't use the Star Shatter Arsenal detachment. We have a strat to move through buildings, but you can't use it on Titanic, can you?
I don't think you can there. No. So it's again.
So and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I was trying to work out before. I reckon he's between 3 and 4 times the footprint of a large knight. Maybe it's 3 times, but for a similar profile. Yeah. So he's 3 times harder to move around the table. And he's got a good old footprint there, hasn't he? He's basically the size of your head,
and also be very careful when you pick him up.
Oh my goodness!
He is. I've even found it picked up by these little.
Don't try and pick him up by the legs or anything like that.
Or the main.
As I nearly did before, and Jack was like dived across the room like, no!
Education is like, no, like that, please. You got to be careful, this guy.
If there's a way to break a model, I will. So, yeah.
So you're not allowed to touch him down.
He's, if you think about and most of us, a lot of us play on tournament type terrain. It's designed to, you will be able to squeeze a Land Raider through most gaps, and a big knight through all gaps. But this will just simply not fit. So you need to either agree with your opponent that it can walk through buildings and just ignore the rules, or you have to play with less terrain, which is always a bit dicey, isn't it?
It's like you give an advantage to the Necron player at that point, wouldn't you? So definitely organise it.
But I think I would, if it lives past turn 3, I'll be amazed. I'll be honest. I think it's going to get shot. You just want to have a good time with it, kill a few things, and also use it to your advantage to as a distraction carnifex. Basically, it's going to absorb all of the attention and firepower, while the rest of your army gets to where it needs to be, and then it's about the clapback, isn't it?
It certainly is. It certainly is. So I think that is it then, Dan, for our last unit review. I mean, a few of you have been on in various channels like on YouTube and Discord, etc., asking if we would do the some of the units that have gone to Legends, and I didn't. We had a discussion about this, and I think we agreed, like, we didn't feel it would be the right thing to do because we don't own or play those models. Yeah, exactly. And then we as of now, Legends, I don't continuously play them. Like, I've got some of them, but I feel like I'd be a little bit out of touch with those ones. I want to talk about units that I'm confident fielding and confident playing.
Wouldn't be honest with it.
I've seen played. Like this guy, I've just built them, so I've not played them loads, but I've played against them a few times. So I've got that grasp of how he's meant to play.
Yes.
But with Legend units, they're just out there right now. So
yeah, and I mean, as you mentioned, this guy, I mean, he's not in Legends, but he's not in the Codex. He's in the halfway house, which is called Imperial Armor. So it's on the app, but it's separate to the data sheets.
On the way out.
It's like purgatory. It's after you die, you go to purgatory before you go to heaven. He's definitely going to heaven. He's not going to heaven.
No, he's definitely going up there. Yeah. He has to. But it's gonna be lovely.
So it's a great unit. I think it's a fun unit. It's a lovely model to have in your shelf or in your cabinet. But it's not. And there's never been a competitive choice.
Absolutely. And again, if you can get it 3D
printed. Get it 3D printed,
don't buy it.
Get a nice friend like Mache, like
absolutely. But very good. Well, probably a little shout out then to our members out there, ones who are obviously on the YouTube membership and the Patrons. these videos are not possible without you. You know, we're saving up our little pennies to get better equipment for better videos, better ideas. So every membership counts. So massive thank you.
If you, we'll put the details in the description. If you can join as a patron or YouTube member, we would really appreciate it. There's different tiers to try and make it as affordable as possible. But yeah, it would really help us to get to that next stage.
Next stage of the journey.
That's all it's about.
It certainly is, yes.
And there was also a canny few of you that commented, give us your opinions on using the Seraptek Heavy Constructs. A couple are using it in Star Shatter because of the +1 to hits, pretty tasty.
Oh yeah, good.
And if you can hit on 2 something on objective, that's quite nice.
Very handsome.
But yeah, it's so yeah. Thank you. Appreciate all your comments as well. Jack will have put your names on the screen while I've been waffling on. But it's been a lot of fun doing these Necron videos. This isn't the end of the Necron videos.
Yeah,
it's the last unit review, but we've got lots of other ideas. So there will be more Necron content.
So Wednesdays going forward will be Necron Day. So keep an eye on it, unless one of us falls ill. Hopefully not. But keep an eye on Wednesdays for Necrons.
Yeah, and then we're going to be doing another factions unit review starting soon.
Can you see it in the background?
No,
I don't even know if it's there. is there anything there?
No, I think
maybe it's there. Maybe it's not.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. If you've watched the unit reviews and stayed with us all the way through, you're an absolute legend. Thank you
so much for
and if you've also got ideas of other Necron videos you want to see, let us know. But stick with us. There's going to be loads more Necron content coming. Thank you.
Thank you so much.